Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So yesterday's video was kind of a catastrophe, but all in all I think it turned out pretty good. I don't know how, but somehow I lost the first half of the video between here and there. So anyway, I lost it and couldn't fix it. So I just went with it, and I'm glad I did. It turned out really well. So all in all, it wasn't too bad. But today's video, uh, hopefully, will be a whole lot better. Um, what you see in front of you is it's an 8 by 10 oval canvas that I looked up the background on the internet, and so I decoupaged it onto it, and and then after I decoupaged it, I put some clear gesso over the top so I can. So I'm going to paint some of it, and we're going to glue a lot of stuff to it, and so we're just going to try to create this little thing here. So anyway, oops, my brain just had a brain fart. Couldn't figure out what I was going to do next. Well, actually, yeah, I do know what I was. I do a lot of prep work before the videos even start, because like I said, watching paint dry is not anything that anybody likes to do, and I'm still learning the editing thing, so speeding them up and that sort of thing is coming later on down the line. But so I try to do a lot of preparatory work beforehand. So what I'm going to do is got some elements that I'm going to be using. This it's a frame with a bunch of keys on it, and so use that. And then I've got a skeleton body torso that I'm going to be using, and of course I've got a I'm going to use it. It's a cameo, a skull cameo, but I'm going to use it as the moon. And of course I've got a couple of little other things that I'm going to add to the skull, and maybe an angel. So anyway, I'm going to go away for a few minutes, and I'm going to stick this stuff down so when I start painting on it, it doesn't move. So I'll be right back shortly. Hello and welcome back. So I glued my elements down, and they're not going anywhere, so I can start painting them. But first, what I want to do is I'm going to create some shadows around this focal point, I just want to call it. So we're going to got some archival ink, scrapbooking stamp ink or whatever. So it's black soot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go around the piece, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a definition, or like I said, a shadow just for it. Kind of gives it some depth and some character, kind of sort of. Gives it a little 3D effect. So how's everyone doing today? Just love this time of the year. It's Halloween, it's fall, it starts to get cool. Now here in Tennessee, it's not cool. It's still like 80, 85 degrees sometimes, last couple of days. So, but maybe one of these days it'll get cool and stay. So anyway. So there. Alright, so like that done. Alright, so I need to get some metallic waxes out. Do some red flame, celestial, black gold, Firebird, which is kind of a copper color. A little white pearl, maybe. Old silver. Kind of a nice array of colors. And let's get some Patina green just for extra color to kind of give it a little pop something. And I need to get a brush. Alright, so let's start off. I'm going to get a little bit of all these colors on my palette over here. I've got a cardboard thing that I just put stuff on, and it's something I can throw away after I get done with it. So. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, but we'll see what comes out. So basically all this is like I said, it's dry brushing. You take your waxes and whatever, and then you just kind of go over the piece. Uh-oh, I've got something on there. A piece of hair or something's got in the. Can't have strange hairs and stuff in there. And I did put this little project on a lazy Susan. I took the top off of it, and it's like I said, it's easier to spin around and maybe kind of, you know, instead of picking it up, moving it around, you just spin it a little bit, and it takes you, so you're in a good thing. So it's just, basically, like I say, it's just lightly going over it. So brush cleaner. And it's a makeup sponge, or kind of like a coarse sponge inside. It's for makeup. Take off your eyeshadow. When you're doing makeup, whatever eyeshadows, you can change. You don't have to change brushes. You just kind of wipe this off, and it kind of gets it clean. So anyway, so. So basically all it is just getting colors, and luckily I've done this one before, so say that. I'll be right back. I kind of remembered what this was, how this was laying out, but I had to go get me a I had used this one before, and I just went and got it so I can see how it's laid out and everything. But watch it too sometimes. I tend to put my elbow in this stuff, so a lot of times it's just let's see. Oops. Also, doing it this way, if you kind of goof up with something that you don't know where it should be, then just take the black gesso and cover it up, let it dry. And that way you've kind of fixed it, and when it dries, you can go back and put the color on it that you need to. Right. I'll be right back. All right. Well, so I pulled the brush out of my holder over here, and then guess what? I pulled the tip of it off, so I had to stop and glue it. And so, but if it's not one thing, it's another. But anyway, so I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to put you on a little pause. I'm going to try to finish this up, and we'll move on to the next. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So I kind of finished it up. As you can see, I've also added a moon. It's got a skull. It's got like a skull. It's a what they call a skull cameo that I created into the moon, and I painted some highlights around the moon, and I put a little pumpkin right there on top of the ledge of the tombstone, and then we have a cherub that I added on top of the gravestone, or the headstone. So now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of trying to finish it up a little bit. So we're going to go around the whole perimeter of the piece and kind of give it a fuzzy. And give it a vignette look, I guess you want to call it. too.